Good afternoon, everybody. Eric here with another Black History Moment video, the next to the last for this month. Today is February 27th, and today we're spotlighting a figure in baseball, Glenn Burke, who is the first openly gay baseball player during baseball, and we'll be talking about him. So let's dive into it. And I'll put a picture of him up here so you can see who I'm talking about. So let's dive into it. So Glenn Burke, if you didn't know, was the first openly gay player in the major leagues and the first person to ever do a high five. He has been given credit with Dusty Baker of creating the high five, and we'll get into that in a minute. So on October 2nd, 1977, the baseball season was coming to an end when Dusty Baker, a left fielder for the Dodgers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, hit his 30th home run, making the Dodgers the first team in history to have 4 players with 30 or more home runs each. The 46,000 fans screamed, and as Baker approached home plate, Glenn Burke, an outfielder, and the next at bat, raised his hand over his head. Baker described the scene to ESPN in May as his hand was up in the air. He was arcing all the way back. So I reached up and hit his hand because it seemed like the thing to do. And that became the first ever official high five. So Glenn Lawrence Burke was born in 1952. He was a Major League Baseball player for the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Oakland Athletics. And you see in the picture, he is in the Oakland uniform with the Oakland A's hat. He played for the Athletics from 1976 to 1979. He was the first Major League Baseball player to come out as gay to teammates and team owners during his professional career, and the first to publicly acknowledge it, saying, "They can never, ever say now that a gay man can't play in the majors because I'm a gay man and I made it." Burke said by 1978, I think everybody knew, and he was sure his teammates didn't care. He told the New York Times that prejudice drove me out of baseball sooner than I should have, but I wasn't changing. He wrote in his autobiography that prejudice just won out. Burke left professional sports at the age of 27. He told People magazine in 1994 that his mission as a gay baseball player was to break a stereotype, and he thought that he has succeeded in doing that. And so I spotlighted Glenn Burke today for Black History Month because he is an African American man who played baseball. And his significance in that is that he was the first out gay man, because gay Black history is still Black history, and Black history is still American history. But I think one of the main reasons I decided to spotlight Glenn Burke today, in part, is because in the news yesterday, newly confirmed Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, did an executive order for her department, saying that if LGBT people engage in any type of conversation about events, gay happenings, trans happenings, lesbian happenings, even something as simple as me working under her, being married, have a male husband, and I just happened to be in the lunchroom talking to other people who are talking about their families and talking about a present I got for my husband, whatever. She says that that will be considered lewd behavior and a fireable offense. So even Tulsi Gabbard is coming after the LGBTQIA plus community. And so I have 2 questions for Tulsi. Director Gabbard, number 1, what does this have to do with national intelligence? Do you think that they are using code to talk about um, national secrets? Is that what you're talking about? And number two, why are you focusing on this? You're not gay unless you want to be an ally, which clearly you're not. But shouldn't you be learning your craft since you've never done this before? And as a side note, one of my good friends sent me a text reminding me the link to Project 2025. We tried to tell you, begged you to just read parts of it, and now it has come to fruition. They're coming out. They're coming for the gays. So just think about that. Think about that. I know it's disheartening. I know you're tired. I know that some people are afraid. And some of these people are members of the LGBT community. They have small businesses. Some of them are federal workers who may be in danger of losing their jobs, their livelihoods. It's a scary time. It is. But we can't just roll over. We can't. We can't. Midterms are coming up. And I know it seems like we can't do anything. But I'm in danger of losing my insurance as part of the Medicaid expansion because I'm 62 years old. I took early retirement. I wasn't able to find a job. Still not able to find a full-time job where I can get insurance. Don't bring in enough money through Social Security to qualify for the Affordable Care Act insurance. That's why I'm on Medicaid. Thank you, President Biden and your administration, for expanding Medicaid so that I could get insurance. But again, our community and members of our community and members of our country, citizens of our country at large, are under attack. And now I'm hijacking my own video. But that's one reason why I decided to spotlight Glenn Burke. He's a black man who just happened to be gay. And I want people to know about him. So tomorrow, I will be doing my last Black History Moment video. Tomorrow is the last day of February. But take heart. Saturday is the beginning of Women's History Month. And I will not just talk about white women. There will be all kinds of women that I talk about from different periods in our nation's history and around the world, and their place in history. But that's 2 days from now. But I'm just going to go ahead and end this video now, and I will see you tomorrow for the last installment of Black History Month. Take care.